All right guys, it's October the 12th right now. We've been bow hunting here in Iowa since opening day, which is October 1st. And early muzz season comes in October 15th, so just a few days from now. The early muzzleloader season is a really cool opportunity. It's residents only, but you get to gun hunt for like 9 days in the middle of October here. I think season goes from October 15th to October 23rd this year. We've done this season a few times in the past. Dad and I actually hunted it back in 2019 and we killed a real nice buck. And the weather looks like it's gonna be really good. We've had a couple cold fronts early in October here, and now we're about to go into another one and it looks like it's gonna get down to like the 20s. Jake and Nick just left for North Dakota, but I know Jake was chomping at the bit to be able to hunt this early muzz season. So here's the gun I'm using. It's a CVA Optima, and I've been shooting 100 grains of powder and 245 grain power belt bullets out of it. For the scope, I got a 3 to 9X Vortex Crossfire scope. I've shot it from 50 yards out to 150 yards and seems to be shooting pretty good. But like I said, we've been on a bunch of bucks here even since opening day. We've got tons of trail camera intel. Been doing some observation sits here and there and seeing some nice bucks. So looking forward to getting out here for the next week or so with a little bit of extended range. Opening day of muzz season, Keith. What do you think?
Here we are.
You seeing anything out there?
Eating cereal. Yep. Maybe.
Nothing out there yet,
Sitting
but
here waiting, nice and warm in here.
we got a little bit of computer work to do this morning before we can get out. We'll be after him soon though. It's October 15th, early muzzleloader season just opened up. We came into this spot last night and we sat down in the bottom. Didn't see any bucks down here, but we've seen a ton of buck sign down around this spot, and Keith actually came in here and pulled a camera last week, and there was a real nice buck on here in daylight. We think there's several bucks right around this area. We just haven't quite nailed one down yet. So today we're slipping out to a slightly different part of this bottom that we couldn't see yesterday. Just slide up in there and try and get in a good spot for this muzz. That's gonna be a wrap for the first night of muzz here. Had 2 does literally walk in at 10 yards right in front of us, and somehow they didn't catch us when they first came through here. And they walked over there and then eventually looped up to check us out again and got our wind right at last light. We got great weather coming up here the rest of this week, and the boys in North Dakota struck tonight. That's just exactly what we needed. We're pumped for them, and we're gonna sneak back out of here, come up with a game plan for the morning. See that? We got issues there. She's wiggling and she just comes off, and then the car won't start. Ow. I'm kidding.
Once in quite a while.
No, I'm kidding. You can't do that, I don't think. Literally every time I go to start the car, it pretty much doesn't turn on. I gotta pop the hood, give her a little wiggle. I'm just gonna get it tight if I can.
You need a battery to pump the tire up too, so.
Lifestyle of the rich and famous. Oh boy.
Oh,
Yep.
I guess when you touch metal on it, it can do that.
A weld. I think this is actually the problem, Keith. There, now she's tight. Sucker got bent up. See that? Watch yourself now. There, I think it's actually a lot better now. See, when you put the metal on the positive and then you touch the metal to the negative as well, you'll have that.
It's just hard to know how to dress. The sun comes out, goes away, wind picks up.
Yeah, the forecast says it's gonna be
20 for a low.
Yeah.
Wind chills in the teens.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning it's gonna be cold, real cold.
Tomorrow morning and the next morning even colder, it's saying, so.
Yeah.
See if I need to shed a layer or not.
Oh yeah, I'm going to. Way overdressed.
Heck, even the vehicle needs to cool down.
Oh, it's been doing that for. Just needs some time to breathe. I don't like it. I got nothing but a gun and a shooting stick. Binoculars and that's it.
Bare essentials.
Yeah, that's that.
There you go.
Size one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a 3 finger, maybe even 4.
3.5 finger.
3.5. 3.5. All right, it's October 16th. We got a full crew today. We're heading into this spot that Keith and I've been bouncing around for the last 3 or 4 days or so. We put in a few different sits in here, and this is the reason why, because we keep running into sign like this. Lots of really fresh scrapes and rubs that we've been finding as we've been hunting around in this area. Last night we hunted a couple ridges down from here. We've been getting pictures of several nice bucks in this area, and we're just like one step behind them every time. They're showing up on our cameras, sometimes in daylight, sometimes right after dark, sometimes in the middle of the night. But we know that they're probably bedded either at the base of these ridges or down in this bottom ground that's all real thick. Tonight we're on the verge of a huge cold front. The next couple days it's going to be lows of like 20 degrees, and I think the real feel is supposed to be about 12, so it's going to be really cold coming up here. We got high winds today, so it's a perfect day to slip in here. Just planning to be on the ground. We don't have any of our saddle stuff. We're going to slide our way out on this ridge, look for sign, probably get set up somewhere where we can see down into the bottom where we think they're bedding at, and be able to shoot them down in there and make a move on them if we have to. But let's do it. Bunch of rubs right here. Another one right there. Pretty aggressive rub too. He's got it all broke off. Pretty fresh. You can see the leaves there. Not very wilted yet. He's got one there, one right there, and one right there. Okay. That's a good deer. Deer down there? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of does in here. We had to call a little bit of an audible and loop way around on some of these ridges just to be able to get the wind in our face. Well, we've been finding tons of fresh buck sign and lots of just general deer sign throughout these woods. We're working our way towards this bottom where we think they're bedded at. We just ran into a couple does as we're slipping through these woods. We've bumped several does already, but the wind's really starting to pick up now. We're able to walk right up on them for the most part. We're just slowly working our way out towards this point that we want to get to hunt tonight. There's a chance we might not even make it there. Seems like we're going to be in a good spot though. That's awesome. It's a good start. Well hidden. Good set. We got up to this spot where we can see down in this bottom. We think that that's where they're bedded at. It all kind of comes together right down here, about 50 yards away. And I can shoot down through there, but there's just pretty small select holes down through there that I can get a shot through. So we got a tree picked out about 20 yards in front of us. We're just gonna start slipping down there. We think we'll have a lot more shooting opportunity once we get down there. Big buck, big buck, big buck, big buck, big buck.
Second one hit good.
We knew they were gonna be down here.
I think the second one, like, for sure.
Would he just get up out of his bed and just walking up
It's like because he was going exactly where we thought.
Literally, right? Dude, as we were moving down, I was like, we started moving down, and I was just like, holy crap, that looks like the spot right there.
He's down on the reload.
Holy moly.
I was like, on the second one, I was like, at the first one I felt like I was good. Second one I just kind of got on.
Hard. Like, he definitely kicked like he got hit, but I couldn't see
he got
hole
hit on the first one, but like again, I'm assuming it was low.
Uh-huh.
But I've seen them do that where you hit them, just graze them way low in the brisket, and they'll do a big mule kick. You think I got him, but he's standing around there for however 2 minutes, however long it took you to load up another one.
He didn't even look up at us.
No.
That was insane.
Exactly what we thought he was gonna do too, like right there where we thought he was gonna be at. And we had plenty of wind. Let's hope we got him though. I think
he's down. I think he crashed.
I feel pretty decent about that second one, dude. In my clip, you could just see like you would reload and your arm would move, and he's just standing there. Like whenever you move your arm,
I just started pounding it in because it wasn't going down my line. I couldn't get it down there. I just shot, so it's like hard to get that sucker down in there.
Yeah, all dirtied up.
I'm assuming you just grazed him low. Be my guess.
That's interesting.
It's good, darn good things. I don't know that would have been a lethal hit.
Yeah.
At least not immediately. The way he was just standing around like that.
You ever had
the wind?
You ever had a chance to reload like that on one? And to get a second shot.
You almost
on Georgia.
Yeah, that's
that's right.
That thing was locked down with the dough. I mean, just the wind saved us here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The wind is. What the heck? Well, I hope we got him. I'm not getting excited.
I think if it had been 10 minutes earlier, we'd probably been good and set up and would have had him right in our lap, like all prepared.
I feel like I'd rather have it go down like that.
Yeah, that was insane.
That's more fun to me. Just sitting there. Well, I shot him kind of on the walk on the first one. He was like going through, if I remember right anyway, he was going through that. And I was right, I shot at him right there. And then he ran right at us.
Yeah, well, I had you and the deer all in the same frame.
He mule kicked and ran right at us.
Well, I was thinking he was going to fall right there.
I was
like, this is going to be incredible.
I watched him mule kick in the frame, and I was, it was like, I'm like, and I just smoked him because he mule kicked like that. Well, I hope he's down.
I'm pretty confident he is. So even when you hear him crashing like that, you still got to pay attention for a minute and just make sure there's no other clues you need to pick up on. Sorry to get you all worked up.
I know. I was like, I don't know what to think, and then you guys are like, pretty sure he just crashed, and then I'm like, it's late.
Craziness.
It's
craziness.
Absolute crazy, dude.
What a killer spot down here.
I'm waiting to get into the spot on like where we can work it like that too.
That's one thing that I'm pumped about with this one is like we just kept picking away at it.
That's exactly what you said today. You're just like, we keep jumping around. Let's get into this, like keep hunting this spot and just stage on in. And
that's what we were talking about today. It's like we keep going, you know, we're hunting a huge, giant area and we'll hunt like over here in one spot and then we'll jump like 30 miles this way and hunt there the next night. It's like this spot, we're just like on a ton of fresh sign and know there's bucks in here right now. So we just kept, you know, sit by sit poking away at it. I mean, we only hunted 3 times now.
yeah.
Did you see him?
Yeah, did you see him go down?
No, I did not see him go down. He might have, and I shouldn't see him in the frame, but he just crashed right
I'm pretty sure that's him laying there.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that's right where we heard him crash.
I'm pretty sure it's a deer tail there. Let's go see, I guess. I don't see it from right here. This is where. Oh yeah. That's him, boys. Let's go check. Let's go make sure. Yes. That'll do. Heck yes. We got him.
Yeah.
Yes. That is awesome. Heck yes.
I mean, what a hunt.
That's I mean. Whew. All right. Early muzz. Those brow tines are awesome. That's what I remember seeing when he was coming up through there. Yeah, those brow tines.
At the bases.
Yeah.
Thing is awesome.
That old boy's been making some rubs up there for sure. I was like, I saw that. I could just see this. I could just see the white in his tail right there. And I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure that's a buck. Pretty sure it's him, but I wasn't getting too excited. Early muzz, boys. Heck yes.
Second day of season.
I wanna, oh yeah, right there. That's the bullet right there.
On the opposite side.
I mean, it crushed them, boys. Heck yes. Oh, that's awesome. That feels good. We've been hunting here for 16 days straight, Keith.
Look at the rolls in his neck, all swelled up.
He says it's October 16th and I got some scrapes up here to run. And
We've almost to it.
Yeah, that's true. We've been
Big one right there where you shot him.
I mean, it is crazy how many scrapes are around here. I don't know. That's a lot of sign that we've been finding just all around these different ridges.
Probably another 5
Just had to get in deep enough to find them.
But
Yeah, I mean, you see that sign, like fresh sign, you think, I don't want to go any farther or bump them off. And then as we're coming in, going past all that sign, then we start bumping into a few does. I was like, yep, we're getting in deep enough. Like, obviously, they're not bedding up on the ridges, they're down in this bottom.
Yeah.
And yeah, we get in there tonight, I was like, this is going to be good. Yeah. Part shot him on the second one, I'm sure, but the first one, yeah, look, right there. There's your first one.
oh, right there, it did graze him.
Yep.
Shaved him.
That's exactly what I thought happened.
Wow.
I've seen that happen before in videos where people hit them low in the brisket or just grazed hair and you'll do a big mule kick like that.
That surprises me.
And that-
Wow.
I don't know if that would have even bled, and obviously that's not close to a lethal hit. Thankfully he stood around long enough for you to get reloaded.
I'm not even gonna think about that. It makes me sick.
Way to keep a level head.
Yeah.
Get that gun reloaded and make the shot. Because he would have been out of our lives.
Oh yeah, he'd been gone. Early muzz, baby.
Attaboy.
Tag filled.
Yes.
There you go.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. That's exactly how I would want it to go down. Not the first shot, but like the whole, it's like, oh crap, right here. throw everything down, get on him, shoot him. That's, I just like
That's how
that.
you like it, huh?
I just like it like that.
Here I'm thinking, man, I wish we'd been set up. I got this big lens in my backpack, like I was packing 4K 120, and instead it's just like, get what you can.
I mean,
I think I got you and the deer in the same frame as you shot.
Yeah.
The first time, for sure.
I mean, from a footage standpoint, it's not as good, but like from
At least we had 2
Just-
cameras rolling.
being in the
Yeah.
Very least.
being in the action of hunting, it's like,
Yeah.
it's more of a, oh boy,
More involved.
more of a game. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good
That's
one, boys.
awesome.
That's an
Yeah.
awesome deer.
Love those big 8s.
That is an awesome deer right there. The biggest takeaway that we've been talking about with this hunt is just, we've been just poking around, hunting in different spots. We've got a trail camera in here that we've been checking and getting big bucks on. So we've just been, picking away at it basically. And what we've come to the consensus of is that we just haven't been going far enough. I mean, we've been getting out on these ridges and just finding lightning hot sign, scrapes with paw marks in it, 5 or 6 scrapes as we're walking down these ridges. So obviously a lot of times it's like, well, let's set up right here, because they obviously been hanging out right here, and we're at least half a mile into this piece of
we
public.
set up on this ridge, whatever it was, 3 or 4 days ago probably. I haven't measured it, but I would assume 300 or 400 yards from where we're at right now.
Yep.
And we were just up on top of that ridge. And a deer made a similar move to what he was making up this ridge right here and winded us, because our wind was peeling over the top of that ridge, and they're just taking these lower slopes. And we've seen that in the sign when we were walking into. There's those buck trails on the lower slopes where they can just stay on that leeward side and then eventually work their way up to.
Yeah, that's another thing that's very interesting. Is like, that's where you got to hunt them at, is on those side hills, and we haven't been doing that. We've been mostly hunting them on top of the ridges.
Or hunt them right here, which is
Or
what we
down on the
finally
bottom.
wanted to do, is just get right to where we could play the wind correctly and, and actually hunt them out where they're bedded at.
There's probably the best scrape we've seen is right where he was going to, I believe.
Yeah.
He's going to walk right to that. Yeah.
I would say so. But it's been actually really, really fun, because we've just been kind of poking around one spot to the next, to the next, to the next. And eventually, I mean, we keep talking about it. They're in these bottoms. We just have kind of been waiting for the right conditions to get down here to be able to hunt them.
Times when we're just like, we're not seeing them up on these tops, we just gotta just get right to their bedroom.
Yeah.
And get it at the perfect time.
And this spot makes a lot of sense, because there's 3 really, really long ridges coming right down here to this bottom. Got a buck down. That's two days in a row now. Jake got one in North Dakota yesterday.
Heck yeah. We're on a roll.
Yeah, we got one today. We're on a roll, boys. We gotta keep her going. Pack this sucker out. There you go. Got them all cut up on the packs. We actually decided to cut them up and make we caped them out to do like one of those pack out mounts that Hayden did one a couple years ago with his Minnesota buck, and I've wanted to do one for a while, so this is the perfect opportunity to do it. It should turn out pretty cool. Be a good first buck for the cabin. Hike out of here, meet up with Hayden. Sounds like he's back at the house making up some nachos for us, so that's a little extra motivation to get out of here and get to those. So let's do it. And I was able to reload and pull up and boom, and that's when I nailed him.
You just don't like to get them on the first shot. You like to give them a little warning first.
Yep.
Give them a chance.
Hayden was back at the house while we were packing that thing out, and he cooked us up some deer taco meat. So we're using that. Put on top of chips with some queso, with some onions that he's dicing up. Let it bake here a little bit, and then pull it out and eat on it for a while. We had a lot of fun out there tonight. It was a little bit of a rodeo, that's for sure.
Greg got on one hunt, and that was the kill hunt.
That's all we needed. We just needed Greg for one hunt and made it happen. But
I like the sneaky move that you put on that deer.
Yeah, I like that too.
We're impressed with that. Nice little maneuver.
But
Glad I was there to capture it for you.
I appreciate it. Otherwise, nobody'd even know.
That's right.
I'd just see a little bit of orange going in front of the camera. But we watched the footage back, watched that first shot, and it looks like I dropped the barrel, like I shoot, and as I'm shooting, I'm dropping the barrel just a little bit. And I'm sure that's why I hit low and just skimmed him right underneath. But luckily, he stuck around long enough and came a little even closer and looped around and took one more look, and somehow it gave me long enough to get another round in there and beat down with the ramrod to get it seated in there properly. And I was able to pull up and get one in that time. So Nick and Jake are on their way back from North Dakota. Sounds like they left at like noon today, heading back this way, because I think Jake's going to get an early muzz tag by the sounds of it. We're going to have great weather coming up here. Tomorrow is going to be, what is it, 12 real feel or something?
Tuesday's the cold day, but it's
Tuesday.
cold for the next couple days. Yeah,
that
20s in the morning. So
that front is moving in tonight. We had that 15-mile-an-hour wind that had them up and moving. So I'm sure the next few days are going to be really good weather for deer hunting. Sounds like everybody else will be at the house here for the next couple days, and we're going to get right back after the bucks. I still got a bow tag here. We got 3 bow tags here still. Maybe another early muzz tag. So we'll see you guys on the next one.